Hey, what's happening guys? This is Shukesh. Today in this video I'm gonna talk about top 10 smartphones that are under 10,000 rupees, that is approximately 150 US dollars, and I have excluded the phones that are more than 12 months old and also don't have that much popularity or don't have good feedback from the users. So without any further ado, let's get started. The device in the number 10th position is Samsung Galaxy J7 Nxt, and this is actually the only Samsung smartphone in this list, and I have chosen this phone only because of the camera. It has a 13 megapixel camera at the back with f1.9 aperture, which is actually quite good, and Samsung phones have really good cameras compared to most of the Chinese devices, and also the front camera is of 5 megapixel, but the quality is actually quite good, better than most of the devices in the list actually. But except from the battery department, there is nothing special. I have to mention that the display is Super AMOLED, which is actually the same technology you have on Samsung flagships. So the display and the camera, these are the best features of J7 Nxt. The processor is actually not bad. It's Exynos octa-core 1.6 GHz with Mali T830 GPU, and you have 2 GB RAM and 16 GB storage for the price of 9,500 rupees. If you can spend like 1,500 rupees more, then you can get the 3 GB RAM variant with 32 GB storage. The battery you have in this phone is of 3000 mAh, which is actually adequate, and overall it's a great device for the price. But if you want a gaming phone with great battery, then this phone might not be for you. Now the next device, that is the phone in the number 9th position, is Xiaomi Redmi Y1 with 8,999 rupees price tag for the 3 GB RAM variant with 32 GB storage. But there is another version with 4 GB RAM and 64 GB storage, but the price is 11,000 rupees and it's actually not available right now. Now this phone is Amazon exclusive, so you have to buy this device from Amazon only. I have added an Amazon link in the description of this video, so check that out. Now the specialty of this phone is you have a 16 megapixel camera at the front with f2.0 aperture, and the video recording is 1080p. So if you want a selfie phone, then this phone might be great. Other than that, there is nothing special on this phone. You have Snapdragon 435 chipset with 1.4 GHz octa-core processors and Adreno 505 GPU, and the Android version right now is Nougat 7.1.2. The display size is 5.5 inch with a 720p resolution, that is the PPI is 267. You also get a fingerprint sensor, and the battery is of 3080 mAh. Now the number 8, well, it's Lenovo K8 Plus and the price tag is 10,000 rupees. It's Flipkart exclusive, so check the description for the Flipkart link. Now the specialty of this phone is you have dual cameras at the back, 13 megapixel plus 5 megapixel with f2.0, so it will be great for autofocusing and also for bokeh, and the front facing camera is also good, 8 megapixel, and the video recording is 1080p. You have Dolby Atmos sound enhancement and also a fingerprint sensor. Another great thing is you have a really big battery, lithium polymer 4000 mAh, so the battery performance will be really good. The Android version is 7.1.1, but it is upgradable to Android Oreo 8.0. The display size is 5.2 inches, but the resolution is really quite good. It's 1080p with 424 ppi. The processor is MediaTek Helio P25 with octa-core processors. The GPU is Mali T880. The RAM you have is 3 GB with 32 GB storage. Now the next device, that is the phone in the number 7th position, is Infinix Hot S3, which is another Flipkart exclusive phone, and the price tag is 8,999 for the 3 GB RAM variant with 32 GB storage, and if you can spend like 2,000 rupees more, you can buy the 4 GB RAM variant with 64 GB storage. The processor is Snapdragon 430 with octa-core 1.4 GHz processors, and the best thing is out of the box you get Android Oreo 8.0 on this device. The rear camera is 13 megapixel with PDAF, that is face detection autofocus, for really fast autofocusing. But the best thing is of course the front camera, which is a 20 megapixel shooter with f2.0 aperture and LED flash. There is 4-in-1 selfie feature, that is it combines 4 pixels into one for better low light, and also you have 4000 milliampere battery, which is actually quite good considering the specs. And another great feature is the display is in 18:9 aspect ratio. The resolution is HD plus, that is 720 by 1440, and the display size is 5.65 inches. The device was launched in February 2018, so it's another great device you can consider. Now let's move on to the next phone, which is Xiaomi Redmi 5, which is another device that has been launched recently, and the price tag is 8,999 for 3GB RAM variant with 32GB storage. You have another version with 2GB RAM and 16GB storage with 7,999 rupees price tag. And the processor is Snapdragon 450 with octa-core 1.8 GHz processors, and the GPU is Adreno 506. It's another phone with 18:9 aspect ratio. The display size is 5.7 inches and it's HD plus. The Android version is 7.1.2 Nougat, and the cameras you have are 12 megapixel at the back with f2.2 and 5 megapixel at the front with selfie light and also Beautify 3.0 feature. The battery is 3300 milliampere with fast charging tech, and you have fingerprint sensor, compass, etc. So for the price of 8,000 or 9,000 rupees, Xiaomi Redmi 5 is a great phone to buy. So let's move on to the phone that is at number 5. Well, I could include this phone only because of the price drop by Amazon. It is available at 10,000 rupees and the model name is Motorola Moto G5s. Now you might argue that, well, Redmi 5 offers a better CPU. You have Snapdragon 450, whereas on the Moto G5s you get Snapdragon 430 with 1.4 GHz processor and Adreno 505 GPU. But let me tell you, it is a premium category phone with great build quality and great camera. Of course, the camera at the back is 16 megapixel with f2.0 and the front camera is 5 megapixel with f2.0 aperture and LED flash. But the camera quality is much better than Redmi 5, and in fact it might be better than most of the devices I'm gonna talk about today. Other than the camera, the RAM is crazy 4GB with 32GB storage, and you have 5.2-inch display with 1080p resolution, that is the PPI is 424. The battery is actually kind of low, just 3000 milliampere, but you have a 15-watt fast charger with the phone, and there is also fingerprint sensor and a compass on this Moto G5s. The Android version is Nougat 7.1, though Android Oreo is on the way. Next we have a smartphone called Tenor G, which is an Amazon exclusive device, and the price of this phone is just 7,999 rupees for the 3GB RAM variant with 32GB storage, and if you can spend 10,000 rupees you can buy the 4GB RAM variant with 64GB storage. Now what's so special? Well, you have a 16 megapixel front facing camera with LED flash, and the rear camera is 13 megapixel dual, that is you have two 13 megapixel cameras with f2.0 aperture with PTAF, and also the battery is quite good lithium polymer 4000 milliampere, and the display is huge 5.5 inch with 1080p resolution, that is the PPI is 401. So this smartphone can be a great choice for gaming, and also for the battery performance the selfie camera is also quite good. So this is the device at the number 4th position. Now the next device is another very unique phone. It's Smartron SRT phone, which is priced at 9,000 rupees for the 32GB storage and also for the 64GB storage. I don't know how is this possible, but on Amazon you can buy 64GB storage version at just 9,000 rupees. The RAM is also 4GB, which is quite good, and the most exciting factor is the processor is Snapdragon 652 with quad-core 1.8 GHz A72 plus 1.44 GHz A53. The GPU is Adreno 510. So this is really crazy. I mean, Redmi Note 5 should have this processor. After Redmi Note 3, Xiaomi kind of degraded their processors, but this is the phone you can buy at just 9,000 rupees for gaming. This is the best phone for gaming in this list, of course, but unfortunately the battery is of just 3000 mAh and there is quick charge 2.0 and the adapter is 18 watt, which is also quite good. You have fingerprint sensor and NFC. The camera is 13 megapixel at the back and 5 megapixel at the front. You have BIS sensor for low light handling and the display is also another good factor. It's 1080p and the display size is 5.5 inch, so the PPI is 401. The Android version is Nougat 7.1.1 and the phone is actually very slim, just 6.9mm thick. Now the second best device under 10,000 rupees is another phone that has been discounted right now. There is an offer going on Amazon and this phone is available at 10,000 rupees. The device is Motorola Moto G5 Plus, though it sounds old but the specs are actually quite up to date, and I have used this phone as my daily driver for like 2 months and I'm telling you guys, it's a really premium device with great build quality and the camera is really great. You have 12 megapixel camera with dual pixel autofocus, which is really very fast, and the best thing is the aperture is just f1.7, which is quite big, flagship category, and you can also record 4K videos with Moto G5 Plus. The front facing camera is 5 megapixel with f2.2 and the picture quality is again quite good. The RAM is 3GB with 16GB storage, which is the worst thing about this phone, and the chipset is Snapdragon 625 with octa-core 2 GHz processors. The GPU is Adreno 506. The Android version is 7.0 and you can upgrade to Android 8.0. The display size is 5.2, which is actually perfect for one-handed usage, and the resolution is 1080p, which is really good. The battery is actually mediocre. It's of 3000 mAh and you have a 15 watt fast charger. There is fingerprint sensor, NFC, and overall for the price you can surely go for this device. It's not old. Again, check the description of this video for the link. Now of course you know which device is the winner in this list. It's of course Xiaomi Redmi Note 5, which is a very latest phone with great features, and also I think there is great balance in between the processor, the features, the camera, the battery, everything is perfect, and the price of this phone is 10,000 rupees for the 3GB RAM variant with 32GB storage, and if you can spend like 2,000 rupees more you can get the 4GB RAM variant with 64GB storage. It's Flipkart exclusive and there is a flash sale going on. Check the description for the link. Now the phone is well built. It's made of aluminum with 180 gram weight and it's also quite slim, 8.1mm. The SIM card slot is hybrid, which is actually disappointing, I will say. The display size is 5.99 inches with resolution of 1080 by 2160 pixels. It's in 18:9 aspect ratio and the PPI is 403. Another great factor is the camera is 12 megapixel with f2.2 aperture and the pixel size is quite big, 1.25 micrometer or microns, and you can record 4K videos just like Moto G5 Plus. And the secondary camera is the 5 megapixel, it's f2.0 with 1.12 microns pixel size, and you have also got a selfie flash. The battery is of 4000 mAh, which is also quite good, and you have fast charging. Now the CPU is Snapdragon 625 with Adreno 506 GPU and the clock speed is 2 GHz and it's of course octa-core. So this is the best phone you can buy under 10,000 rupees. I hope that you liked this video. I have put lots of efforts in sorting all the phones under 10,000 rupees. There will be more videos like this for the devices in the mid-range and also in the high-range category. So make sure you subscribe this channel and also hit the bell icon for updates. This is Shukesh signing off. Have a nice day.